Postecoglou has seen his owner walk out of the game and his team fold in the second half.
When you're down looking up, everything seems different, and we've got to make sure that we take away that feeling.
He plays a very similar game to Nuno.
And now there's only one question. What happens next?
And Gibbs White lobs it over the keeper and makes it 3-2.
I just want to bring my part to it, and play my part in the rich sort of history of a football club like this.
Here at the City Ground, the teams are making their way out and a huge tifo has been unveiled with the word, for a new generation, our time has come.
Pepe on the follow-up, one back for Porto.
They're used to being in the Champions League. They are not used to being in this competition.
Yeah, tough start for Sean Dyche. I think they haven't lost a game yet, Porto, in the league stage. I know it's early days, but won't be easy, but should be a cracking atmosphere
really good
tonight. Before we chat to Henri Lansbury, former Forest midfielder, let's hear from Sean. He was in playful mood. You can tell how much he's pleased to be back and how much he's enjoying it and how excited he is. He even had time for an impression. Here we go.
The bit that I like is when you win. Mate, notice I want Nottingham Forest, I want this match to be winning football matches way beyond my time. I want the club to win. That's the main thing. This badge is bigger than any manager, that's for sure. It's bigger than, there's one manager that's probably as big as the badge. We all know that was. They say, hey, young ginger, well done. But there's not many, only him, I would say.
Yeah.
They all do.
I don't think you could call your players young ginger anymore. I would imagine. That was Brian would have been cancelled for quite a few things he called the players in the past.
You meet any Forest player, they all do a Clough impression.
Yeah,
every single one of them.
Yeah, they've all
but it's interesting to hear.
Got great stories.
Everyone does a Sean Dyche, don't they, Paul? So it's interesting to hear Sean Dyche do an impression of someone else.
Yeah, but still sound like Sean Dyche. yeah. Anyway, let's have a chat with Henri Lansbury. Hi, Henry.
Hi guys, you all right?
Yeah, good, thanks.
Thank you. Yeah, I just think you can sense his excitement and how pleased he is to be back, and it seems from the pictures we've seen of training, he's getting a good atmosphere there, because I don't doubt for a minute he's got a really good squad of players.
He definitely has, and I think it'd be relishing to, he's probably been biting it a bit to get back in. But like I say, I've worked with Dyche before in the past, and I loved working with him, so from my experience, I know he's going to bring good things to that club.
What is it about him then as a coach? What does he bring to the table, Henry?
I think it's just his whole man manager. He's obviously played the game, he gets it, and he strictly wants to win games, and that's what the boys want to do. And when you've got someone like that that's not too over the top inside of like the other side of it, just wants to win games and get his point across, I think you enjoy that more as a footballer.
Yeah, I mean, did he make training fun? Have he's got the boys doing piggyback and stuff? Did he have a bit of a laugh in training?
Yeah, definitely. So I think obviously for now they're just trying to lift that team spirit again. Obviously they've been down in the dumps for a while, haven't won a few games, and I think anything he can do to give them boys a lift, because it's a good team. We saw it last year, and obviously the appointment this year didn't go to plan, but I think he's quite similar to Nuno, so I think he'll get the best out of him.
I was connecting Chris Wood to West Ham in the new year for the January transfer window.
But you think that's off?
Now I think that'll be off now. I think he'll be right up Sean Dyche Street.
I mean, we don't know what's going on in people's lives, but Morgan Gibbs-White has looked pretty frustrated recently. He's a very key player for them. He looks like a man who wishes he'd gone to Spurs in the summer. That's so far, but I think that's one of the things that Sean Dyche is going to want to turn around and get him back on side, because he's so key to the way they play.
Definitely, he's been probably for me their standout player, and everything goes through him. And if Dyche, it looks like he's put the shackles back on himself this season. Just let him get off, let him be free again. Maybe under Andrew, it was a different tactical side of it that wanted him to play. But under Nuno, he was flourishing. The whole front four were flourishing, and they were a joy to watch at times.
And Morgan Gibbs-White, he doesn't want in a World Cup year. He was pretty solidly in the squad, wasn't he?
Yeah,
so he's got to try and keep hold of that.
Yeah, I mean, as you say, you look at the team that's likely to start tonight. It's full of quality. They've strengthened in the summer. They've got a cracking bench. They've got some good backup players. I mean, that's probably one of the reasons why he's so excited by the prospect of it, Henry, because he knows he's got really good players to work with.
Yeah, definitely. And obviously now, like the Premier League is depth. You need depth in your team to have a good chance of staying in the league and fighting for obviously Champions League places and getting up and around it. And they've got the squad to do it. It's just how quickly can Dyche turn that around to make them show it.
How key is the City Ground crowd to the way you've played there? And it's a tight little ground, but it's a very noisy place.
Well, it's still in the city, isn't it?
Yeah.
Unlike a lot of football grounds now, it's still in the city on the Trent. You know, it's absolutely there, isn't it? It's great.
And you do feel that, you know, when it is getting a bit toxic and it's not going well, that we've been talking about this recently in terms of other teams that were West Ham, that, you know, you feed off that anxiety and that fear and the way the team are playing. So I would imagine it is pretty key at Forest, isn't it? You get the crowd going.
Definitely. I think, well, for any player, when the starting song, if that doesn't get you up for the game and then get the crowd on your side, then there's something wrong with you. But that, for me, the highlight was that start of the song, and you knew the fans are right behind you. Unless you're not doing it, they're right behind you. But like I say, it can get toxic at times, but you just got to turn the fans back into showing you actually care for the badge.
Yeah, they've got some catching up to do, but there is, I mean, in terms of the league, there's still plenty of time, isn't there? I mean,
they've got Bournemouth at the weekend, and then I think Man United, and then I think Leeds. I think
right. That's their next run of games.
That's the next run of games. Yeah.
So it's, look, they're bottom three, but you know, you don't really start looking at the table until the clocks go back. Although that is on Sunday. So, but you sense they're going to be fine, aren't they? I would, under Sean Dyche, I don't think, you know, we have to worry about the R word, do we?
No, definitely not. I think Dyche will turn them around in his own time, but hopefully rather sooner rather than later. But no, I'm looking forward to seeing what he does. I'm excited. I like he's got a good bunch of staff there, and if they all get on the same page, I think they'll be flying within no time, and it'll be back to the old Forest.
Yeah.
Quick one on where you started out at Arsenal.
Start of the season.
Yeah, they made a good start. We've had Josh Widdicombe earlier on, and Charlie saying City are going to win it. Arsenal will blow up. As a Tottenham fan, I'm not so sure. I'm starting to dread it. I look at the quality of that squad and the way they're playing, and this could be the year, I'm afraid to say, from my point of view.
Do you know what? I really hope it is the year, because you don't see the likes of Liverpool and City slipping up. Obviously, City always have that normal good spell through Christmas, and then come in the back end, they start to fly. So if Arsenal could just carry on what they're doing, ticking away, obviously, I think the 1-0 win at the weekend against Fulham was massive for them.
Yeah.
Because I think probably last couple of years they might have drew that and even lost it. But now it seems like, he's got the steal, and fingers crossed it is the year.
Nice one, Henry. All the best.
Thanks, Henry.
Enjoy the game tonight. Thanks very much. Henri Lansbury there, the former Nottingham Forest and Arsenal midfielder.
Yeah.
And we bring that game live. We'll kick off, though, first. talkSPORT 2, 5:45, Go Ahead Eagles versus Villa. Then that Forest Porto game on talkSPORT. And over on talkSPORT 2 at 8 o'clock, Palace take on AK Larnaca in the Conference League. And, of course,